what I want you to do is, again, as I'm talking about the training and the lessons from the trail, I'm going to specifically relate these to how I feel like they relate to startups, and particularly selling, startup sales, because the work that you're doing every day, like I said, is like an ultra marathon. So think about how these might relate to you, to your company, to your team, to your startup, and I think you'll pull some lessons out and hopefully some applications of those lessons that you can put to work right away for your startup to help you grow and scale and make the impact that you want to make. So the first lesson that I wrote down is, and these aren't in any particular order, but the first one I wrote down is make hard things routine. Make hard things routine. So a couple examples from training that was in terms of what I mean by making hard things routine. So I've been working with a coach over the last since late January, and one of the things he's had me do is at least 2 trail runs every single week. And then ultimately, as we got closer and closer, we moved up to 3 trail runs, meaning runs with climbs and hills and elevation change, as opposed to running locally on some flat terrain. And when I talk about making hard things routine, in terms of building out a schedule for myself, which I'll talk about later in another lesson, what I found is that Wednesday mornings tended to be the best time during the week to get in one of those 2 trail runs, with the second one being over the weekend on a Saturday in most cases. And when I talk about making hard things routine, that Wednesday morning, in order for me to make that happen, that means that the alarm goes off at 4 in the morning. I'm out of the house by 4:30, and I drive about 25 minutes to a place called Lagoon Valley, which is in Vacaville. It's the next 2 towns over from where I live in Davis. And there in Vacaville is basically the closest place where there are any hills to climb. And there's one hill that's about 1.5 miles up. It goes up about 800 feet. So it's a pretty good little climb. And what I did almost every single week since January, every Wednesday, at least once a week, was go out there and do repeats. So I get out there. The goal is to hit the timer on my Garmin before 5 a.m. So I like to see 4:59 or 4:58 or 4:57 on the start time. Sometimes I don't make it. Sometimes it's 5:11 or something like that. But it's hard, right? I mean, like, you're getting up at 4, getting in the car, and I'm in January, February, March. It's cold. Sometimes it's raining. It's unpleasant. And I tell myself, like, I am doing this.